And like I said tonight, we are talking about units of volume and capacity, just the units. Okay. All right. Now, we're talking about volume units and we're talking about capacity units. Now, quickly in chat, I need someone to give me some units for volume. In chat, I know it's hard to type exponents, but in chat there as best as you can, I need some units for volume, please. Volume, just volume, never mind capacity for now. Who can give me some volumetric units? Remember volume, we're talking about three-dimensional shapes. All right? All right, three-dimensional shapes. The volume of that 3D shapes. It's all right, there we go. Meters cubed, centimeters cubed, cube centimeters. Careful, centimeters is length. We need cubes. Liters cubed, Jasmine. Very interesting. That's capacity. Millimeters cubed, liters. That's also capacity. Millimeters cubed, yes. All right, so you guys get the idea. We're talking about, like you said, I'm going to write here, centimeters cubed is one that you mentioned, and millimeters cubed. All right. What can I write here to the right of centimeters cubed? In chat if you want, or you can unmute, raise your hand and help me out here verbally. It's up to you. What can I write over here to the right-hand side of centimeters cubed? What's bigger than centimeters cubed? Meters cubed, Zoleka, thank you. We've got meters cubed. All right, let me put that one down here first. We've got meters cubed. Meters cubed. Let's think bigger, ladies and gentlemen. Even bigger than meters cubed. Kilometers cubed, Ben. I don't know what we're measuring. If we're measuring cubic kilometers, maybe, sure. The volume of a mine. The volume of mountains, I don't know. Sure, cubic kilometers. All right, thanks, Fifi, for the meters cubed. So these are the basic volume units that we do deal with, okay? We don't really deal with kilometers cubed. I've seen it before, but we don't really deal with it a lot, especially in the contextual questions that you see in exams. What kind of contextual question will have cubic kilometers? Excuse me. I don't think they could build one. They're talking about mountains there and planets. So it's mostly meters cubed, centimeters cubed, and millimeters cubed, especially these two. All right, centimeters cubed and meters cubed. Those are the ones that often come up in the contextual questions and exams. All right. Let's move on. Jasmine, yeah, this is your chance now. Let's move on to units of capacity. Let's hear some units of capacity, please. Capacity, think liquid. All right, milliliters, good. Milliliters, kiloliters. All right, milliliters, I'm going to put that here. And I do my liters like that. It's like a cursive L, because if I put a line like that, some people think it's a 1. All right, so don't shoot me. I write my liter sign like that. Yes. Fifi's got megaliters. Looks like megaliters there with a capital M, or maybe that's milliliters, kiloliters, liters, kiloliters. All right, yes, you guys have got it. All right, so liters and kiloliters. All right, you do actually get, Fifi, megaliters. All right, but we don't even see those in math literacy. Centiliters, Jasmine. Centiliters would be here. All right, but you do get centiliters, but we don't really deal with them in math literacy. But yes, centiliters are a thing. They would be there between milliliters and liters. Very good. Those are the three that normally work with in terms of capacity and liquids. Now, I need someone to come online. Raise your hand and we'll unmute you to please tell me if I wanted to convert from liters to milliliters, what calculation would I need to do on my calculator? Someone raise their hand. Somebody.
Anybody.
Anybody. Ben.
Somebody. Ben never disappoints. I believe in Ben more than I believe in myself. Ben, there we go. Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Ben, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks, and how are you?
I'm okay. Is it cold there where you are?
Yes, it is.
How cold? How cold are we talking? I'm in Durban. How
Well,
cold are we talking?
it's not that cold in the house, but it is pretty cold outside.
All right, so everyone's staying indoors because it's cold outside. Good idea. All right, Ben, what calculation would I do to go from liters to milliliters?
Multiplied by 1,000.
You need to multiply by 1,000. Very good. Ben, while I've got you here, what calculation would I need to do to go from milliliters to liters?
Divided by 1,000.
Very good. And from liters to kiloliters?
Divided by 1,000.
Good. And then you know what the last one's going to be, from kiloliters back to liters.
Yes, multiplied by 1,000.
Very good. Ben is the man. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. All right. There we go. Just like Ben said, to go from liters to milliliters, you times. Okay. Think of 1 liter. How many milliliters? It's going to become bigger, right? 1 liter is a lot of milliliters. So you got to times. Okay. And it's 1,000. But if you got milliliters and you want to know how many liters, let's say you got 10 milliliters and you want to know how many liters that is, it's going to be a small portion of a liter. So you're going to divide. Okay. And all those guys in chat, yes, you guys have got it. All right. Emmanuel, yes, somebody. Now, here comes the hard part. Well, maybe it's not so hard. Surprise me. Maybe it's not so hard. Think carefully now. Think carefully. I need a brave soul. A brave soul to tell me what calculation would I need to do to go from meters cubed to centimeters cubed. I've covered this before when I did my measurement course. I don't know if you guys remember. Bianca. Yes, Bianca.
Hi, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm good, and you, sir?
Are you staying warm?
Yes, it's warm today. It's not that cold.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Actually, no. Tonight in Durban is not too bad. But I think the cold weather is coming this week, eh?
Yes.
I think Thursday is going to be cold. But anyway, tonight we're okay. Bianca, think carefully.
Yes, sir.
Meters cubed to centimeters cubed. Careful now.
You need to multiply by 100 cubed.
Ah, superstar. Hey, Kia.
Absolutely
Superstar.
amazing.
Superstar, Bianca. Well done. Do you want to try a few more?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go from centimeters cubed to millimeters cubed.
10 cubed.
You got it. All right, let's go back to kilometers cubed to meters
1,000 cubed.
1,000 cubed. All right, let's start from the beginning again. From millimeters cubed back up to centimeters cubed.
You need to divide by 10 cubed.
Centimeters cubed to meters cubed.
Divide by 100 cubed.
And meters cubed to kilometers cubed.
Divide by 1,000 cubed.
Bianca, you're a superstar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Now, I hope you guys understood this. I thought Bianca was going to say, for example, from meters cubed to centimeters cubed, she was going to say times by 100, because we all know that to go from a meter to a centimeter, all right, if you're going from meters to centimeters, you know you have to times by 100. So I thought Bianca was going to say 100, but she knows that if it's meters cubed to centimeters cubed, you got to times by 100 cubed. Please don't forget that. Now, for all those people that are worrying, oh my gosh, how am I going to remember this? You can take a screenshot now and just try and remember this like Bianca does, all right? But they don't often ask you to convert from cubic units between cubic units. Okay, they don't often do that. So if you think, oh, I have to study this so hard and remember this and focus on this besides other things, don't stress yourself out. It doesn't often happen that they ask you to convert between cubic units. All right. But it can happen. But you can see here on the diagram, it's easy to remember. Okay. So those are the units that we work with in volume and capacity. All right. Now, I keep on referring to these two things, volume and capacity. Can anyone explain to me, is there a difference? And if there is, what is the difference? Is there a difference, first of all? And if there is a difference, what is the difference between volume and capacity? We're talking about them together tonight. Is there a difference? What is the difference? Anybody? Fifi.
Hello,
Fifi, how are
sir.
you? I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Is it cold?
Not that much. It's actually quite warm today.
All right, good. So everyone's doing all right. I'm worried about the cold. I'm scared of the cold. Yo,
Yeah.
when the temperature drops, I get nervous, man. I'm worried about Thursday. I don't know about you.
Yeah, so the difference between volume and capacity, right,
Yeah.
is that with volume, it is cooperated with solid units that have depth, height, and yeah, those things.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
then capacity is liquid.
Very good. Very good. Fifi, you're on the money. Bang on the money. Excellent. Thank you for that. Awesome. Good job. All right. So Fifi's absolutely right. So volume describes the space that an object can occupy. So for example, this cube on the right-hand side here, it occupies, well, let me use a different color. It occupies a space. The material inside it occupies a certain space. It has a certain amount of material inside it. Okay, so that solid block has volume. Okay. Capacity is the ability of a 3D shape, a similar 3D shape, to hold something like a liquid. Okay, so capacity is filling a 3D shape. All right, when you fill a 3D shape, we talk about capacity. So that's why we talk often about liters and milliliters, because capacity, when you to fill something, often you use a liquid. So that's why we often use liters and milliliters when we talk about capacity, because liquids fill objects very easily. Okay, volume is the space that a solid object can occupy. Now, if you're thinking, oh my gosh, this sounds like physics, don't stress. They're not going to ask you the definition. I'm just trying to differentiate between the two. Okay, because when you understand a topic, if you are able to explain this topic to someone else, then you understand it, and it makes learning a lot easier. Some people just like to memorize, that's fine, but understanding a topic really does make learning a lot easier. Okay, so capacity is like liquids filling a space. So when you get math capacity questions, they'll say there's a tank or a pool or a box. How many liters can we put in this box? First, you got to do, you got to measure the box up and get its volume, and then convert between the two. So we also got to talk about tonight the conversion between these two things. All right, because usually you measure up the box. Like Fifi said, you're going to measure the height, and you're going to measure the length, and you're going to measure the width, and you get volume in meters cube or centimeters cube. And then they're going to say, well, how many liters of water can we put in here? And then you're going to convert from volume to capacity. And we'll talk about that just now. Okay. All right. Very good. Good. Some good answers in the chat as well. Thank you, Fifi, for that. Okay. So those are the two units that we're going to work with tonight in terms of volume and capacity. All right. And we're just talking about units tonight, guys. We're not looking at hectic questions. It's pretty easy tonight. Okay. So when we convert between volume and capacity, we need conversions. Now down here at the bottom, I don't want to show you the questions yet. These are the conversions that they'll give you. They have to give it to you. You're not expected to know this. These conversions between volume and capacity are given. Thank goodness. All right. Now, there are 3 of them there. The 2 that you will probably remember, I remember this one the best. 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 milliliter. And then this one here is another easy one. I'm going to write a shorter version. 1 meter cubed is equal to 1 kiloliter. So those 2 there, those 2 conversions are the most common ones. There is another one here. We can build a whole lot of conversions based on the 2 unit systems that we've seen tonight, but the 2 main ones are these ones here. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice converting between volume and capacity quickly. They have to give you the conversions. I've given you the conversions. All right. I'll leave them there for you. I'm not going to put all kinds of red pen all over it. I'm going to leave the 1 meter cube equals 1 kiloliter there. It's just easier to look at, but you do have this one on the left, 1 meter cube equals 1,000 liters if you really needed it. But 1 meter cube equals 1 kiloliter is the common one. All right. So there are some conversions between volume and capacity. I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes. Don't freak out now. You do have to do some work to do all these conversions. Yo. It looks like a lot, but they actually go quick. You'll find a lot of them are 1-to-1 conversions. All right.
Whoa. Ew. Emangan. Whoa.
Oh my gosh. It'll go quick, guys. It'll go quickly. Okay. So I want you to take about 5 minutes just to practice these, to do these conversions here, and then we're going to quickly run through them to make sure that you guys are on your A game in converting between volume and capacity. This is volume to capacity and capacity back to volume again. Then I've got 2 hard ones, and I want to see who can do those. Okay, I want to see who can do the hard ones. These are the easy ones. It looks like a lot, but as you go through them, you'll see it's very easy. All right, so 5 minutes. Write it down, piece of paper. It should go really quick. 5 minutes, off you go. And once you've done these and the 2 hard ones, we're going to take a little break. But 5 minutes, get these done quickly, and we'll quickly go over them. Okay. It's good practice. You get used to it, and then when you see it in the exam, it's not strange. You feel confident, and it's easy to do. You want to have confidence when you're dealing with questions in an exam. So when you see these things, you're not unsure. You have confidence because you've practiced them. Okay. When you finish them, please put in chat that you're done, so I know. So I get an idea of who's done or how many have done. All right, no problem. I'll go do the first one with you. So we need to go from 4 centimeters cubed to milliliters. So I need to look at my conversion. I've got centimeters and milliliters. That's this one here. All right. 1 centimeter cubed is 1 milliliter. So if I've got 4 centimeter cubed, it must be 4 milliliters. All right, because every 1 centimeter cubed equals 1 milliliter. So for 4 centimeters cubed, converting to milliliters, it's straight 4 milliliters. Okay, you're going to find a lot of them are like that. It's just a straight conversion, no problem. All right. All right, there should be some guys finishing off. Shouldn't take that long. As soon as you finish, just type in chat done. Put a tick or a thumbs up. There we go. Good. Well done, Ben. All right. So as soon as you're done, just put in chat that you're done so we can see when you guys are finished. Well done. Good. Give a few more minutes. You probably found a lot of them are very easy. It looks hard when you take your first look at it, but it's actually not too bad. All right, we'll give 2 more minutes and then we'll start going over these. All right. You should have gotten through most of those, maybe left out 1 or 2, but you should have done most of those already by now. A lot of them were one-to-one conversions. Let's have a look and see. All right, watch how I do it now. Check your answers as we go. Feel free to ask questions at any time as we do this. All right, we're on B. We're going from millimeters cubed to milliliters. So I need to use this one here. All right. Now, this one here is not a one-to-one conversion. You can see 1 millimeter cubed is 0.001 milliliters. Okay, so every 1 millimeter cube, I have that many milliliters, but I've got 10 millimeters cubed. So I'm going to say 10 times 0.001. And that'll give me, you can let the calculator do the work for you if you want. All right, there we go. Calculator says 0.01. So 0.01 milliliters. Okay, so that wasn't a straight one-to-one conversion. We had to multiply there. Next one, we're going meters cubed to kiloliters. That's this one over here, right? That's a one-to-one conversion. So 50 meters cubed will give me 50 kiloliters. Now on D, millimeters cubed to milliliters. All right, this is very similar to B. So I'm going to multiply here again. So I'm going to say 250 multiplied by 0.001. And this is going to give me 250 times 0.001 gives me a 0.25 milliliters. All right, so not a 1-to-1 conversion. We had to multiply there. Centimeters cubed to milliliters. That's easy. 1 centimeter cubed equals 1 milliliter. So this is a 1-to-1 conversion. So that's 400 milliliters. Meters cubed to liters. Meters cubed to liters. That's not 1-to-1. I've got something here though. 1 meter cubed is 1,000 liters. So what is 0.6 meters cubed? Well, it's 0.6. Sorry. Of 1,000 liters. So this will give me 600 liters. Okay. Yes.
So could you please check C again? Because
All right.
I think centimeters to kiloliters instead of meters.
C, hey?
Yes, sir.
All right. So C says 50 meters cubed to kiloliters. Yes. So I'll look at this conversion here. I need to go from meters cubed to kiloliters. It's very similar to this. Meters cubed to kiloliters. If 1 meter cubed is 1 kiloliter, then 50 meters cubed is 50 kiloliters. All right. Because every meter cubed gives me 1 kiloliter. All right. Okay, I hope that helped you. We're on to G now. Guys, please feel free to stop at any time if you don't understand, okay? Because you need to make sure that you guys are getting this. So moving down now to G, I want to keep my conversions on the screen there. Milliliters to millimeters cubed. So that's this one here, right? 10 milliliters, and I need to go to millimeters cubed. Now listen to how I figure this one out. This is my thinking. Your thinking might be different. I say to myself, look at the conversion at the top there. 0.001 milliliters gives me 1 millimeter cubed. So I want to know how many of these 0.001s I have in here, because I know every 0.001 that's in my 10 mils down there in the question gives me 1 millimeter cubed. Okay, so I want to know how many do I have in there. So how do I figure that out? I'm going to cut this 10 mils up into 0.001 piece. Kagiso, check your screen there. I see you've raised your hand, Kagiso. Just check your screen. There's a little pop-up that says unmute. Feel free to unmute. Yes.
Hi.
Yes. Yeah.
Can we try maybe cross multiplication?
You can. That's another way. You can do cross multiplication if you want. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
More than one way to do it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to cut this up by using division. All right. I want to know how many there are. But you can do cross multiplication. So I cut this up and I say, how many of these 0.001 pieces are there? There are 10,000. And each one of them is a millimeter cubed. All right, so that's how I think of that one, but you can cross multiply, not a problem at all. Okay. H, milliliters to centimeters cubed. That's this one here at the top, and that's a straight conversion. So that's just going to give me 10 centimeters cubed. It's a straight conversion, 1-to-1. Kiloliters to meters cubed. That's this one here. Kiloliters to meters cubed. That's a straight conversion. So that's going to give me 4 meters cubed. All right. Down at the bottom, milliliters to millimeters cubed. All right. That's the same as this one at the top here. Okay. Similar question to G. Again, I'm going to use the same method here. I'm going to say, how many of these 0.001 pieces are there in 500? Because each one is a millimeter cubed. So I'm going to cut it up. Some people will cross multiply, not a problem. That gives me 500,000. Sure. So 500,000 millimeters cubed. Okay. Now we're moving on to K. milliliters and centimeters cubed. If I look up, that's this one here. Milliliters, centimeters cubed. That's a 1-to-1 conversion. So that's just going to give me 150 centimeters cubed. And the last one, kiloliters to meters cubed. That's the same as this one here. That's a 1-to-1 as well. So that's just going to be 0.75 meters cubed. Are there any questions about any of these that you're not sure of that you need to speak now? And like here says, never hold your peace.
Never ever.
Never ever. Never ever hold your peace. Just speak. Don't hold back. Just speak. Are we all okay with these? So the reason why I'm doing so many, you might be hating it, but it's good practice. So when you see these things, you have a method already in your mind that you can apply. You're not sitting there and thinking, what should I do? All right. Yes, we have a question. Oh, Hela.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, how are you?
Good evening, sir.
I'm good.
So how do we know when to divide or times?
It's a good question. It often confuses people. So they could write this conversion. We're talking about this one over here. They could write it in a different way. They could write 0.01 is equal to 1 millimeter cubed there. It just changes the thing around slightly. But the way I think of it is, and let's refer to question B. Let's take B. All right. So 10 millimeters cubed. And I need to go to milliliters. All right. They say here in the conversion that every 1 millimeter cubed gives me 0.001 milliliters here. And I've got 10 millimeters cubed. 1 millimeter cubed gives me 0.001 milliliters. I've got 10 millimeters, so I'm going to multiply here. Okay, because if 1 gives me this much, then 10 will give me 10 times that much. All right, so that's how I think of it like that. Now, so that's going from the 1, that's going from the right-hand side, from the millimeters cubed to the smaller thing there. All right, so I'm going from the 1 to the smaller unit there. Now I'm going to take the other question, all right, which was, let's do this one here, 10 milliliters, and I need to go to millimeters cubed. Okay, so in this case, I'm looking in this direction now, all right, and I'm saying to myself, every one of these teeny tiny little pieces gives me 1 millimeter cubed. How many of these teeny tiny pieces do I have in here? I've got to find out how many of these little pieces I have in here. So I'm going to chop this 10 milliliters up into 0.001 pieces, and every one of them is a millimeter cube. So that's why I used division there. So I chopped that up. Okay, so that's how I think of it. There are different ways to do it. You can use cross multiplication, but if you think of it that way, you can figure out which way to go. But so as the conversion is on your screen there, working from left to right, because this is smaller, I have to chop this number up. Working from right to left, because it's 1 going smaller, I have to multiply. But remembering it like a parrot, I don't feel is the best way. You got to think of a way to understand it, and then you'll never, ever, ever go wrong. So that's why I use that method, because it makes sense to me. So if I'm going from 1 from the right to the left, every one of these millimeters cubed gives me that, so I'll multiply. If I'm going from the left to the right, from milliliters to millimeters cubed, how many of these pieces do I have here? Well, I have to chop it up to find that out. I have to divide, and that'll give me my answer. I hope that helps you out.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you, sir.
I use that method for conversions because they can change this around. I mean, this relationship here that you see on the screen, they can change to this. They can. These two things are exactly the same relationship. They can, and then all they can swap it around. They can swing it around like this. So how do you you know, so you've got to be able to understand the method that you've got to be, it's got to make sense to you to apply to any situation possible. All right. So for example, if I've got 1,000 millimeters cube and I've got 1 milliliter, let's do this one here. Let's do 10 milliliters, and I want to know how to get to millimeters cubed. All right. So let's look at it this way. So I'm looking at this conversion here. All right. And I want to know, I've got 10 mils. I want to go to millimeters cubed here. Well, 1 milliliter is 1,000 millimeters cubed. So I'm going to times, because every 1 millimeter I have is 1,000 of them. Well, I've got 10 milliliters. So I need 10 times 1,000 of them, because 1 is 1,000. So 10 is 10 times that 1,000. And if it's going the other way, I would have to chop it up. Okay. At school, we call it come around method. Yeah, so Lauren, they can swap it around. So you think you've got a method when you look at these conversions as they sit there, and often they put the centimeters cubed first, the milliliters, or something like this one. You might memorize that and your method with it, and then they swap it around. So you've got to figure out something that makes sense to you, so that no matter what they give you, you'll be able to apply your understanding to it. Okay, your understanding, not a parrot fashion method. Although, if you've got, you guys, I mean, every subject teacher is telling you, you know, understand my subject, but the teacher needs to understand. The teacher needs to understand you've got 7 subjects and you're trying to figure them all out. So don't worry about the guys coming in late. Just remember that the YouTube channel has the whole lesson. So if you skip parts, you can catch up on YouTube. So yes, I understand if you need a quick method to solve it and you can memorize that, but be careful because they can trick you. All right, they can trick you. All right, break time. Break. Okay, we're going to talk about numbers, but not this on the screen now. Never mind millimeters, cubic meters, capacity, volume, what. Does anyone have marks? Kia and I have been stressing since the end of term 2, while you guys are writing your exams. During the holidays, you had a holiday, we were stressing and thinking about you guys and your marks. Come on now, don't hold back.
Give us some good news.
Give us some news, guys. We need this. We need this, man. Jamo, come on. It can't be that bad. 60% is not bad. Katlejo, 84. Well done. We're not comparing here. All right. If you want to put a mark out, you take ownership of your mark and you be proud of it. Okay. 58%, not bad, Bianca. Good. All right. You be proud of your marks. Well done, Jasmine. Paper 2 was wild. We're going to do a lot of revision very soon. So, Buya, well done. Lesejo, excellent. Hi, Bonnie, you haven't written your maths exam yet. Babo, too good. I hope too good is very good. 61, not bad. 65, yes. Improvement, that's what we want to see. Push to see we're stressing out just like us. Tomorrow. Well done, Ronnie. Well done. Finance. Yeah, finance. Finance is a tricky one. Finance and measurement are the two. And if you can get those two, then you like 75% of the way there. Well done. 74%. Fantastic. Somalia still waiting. Oh, okay, cool now. Yeah, but then you must work on that, HM. It's fine. You put in some extra effort there. Still waiting. Paper 2 was wild. Went from averaging to Huela. Now we're talking 25 to 63. We're talking, that's what we're talking about. All right. The effort you put in will pay off. The effort you put in will pay off. It's a law of nature, ladies and gentlemen. You put in the effort, you work hard at something, it will pay off. Law of nature. Work hard at anything. Relationships, work, studies, sport, anything in life. You put the effort in, you will get the results. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, we're going to improve on all these things. We keep going, keep pushing. That's why you guys are here and we appreciate it. All right, we love seeing these results. All right, the two hard ones, you've had a break now. Your brains have had a break. The two hard ones, I'm going to bring down the conversion table. Let's bring this whole thing down. Oops. And I've got two hard ones and I want to see who gets these. All right, there are your conversions on the right-hand side there. M and N are the two that I want you to do. Whoo-wee. I can see emojis coming.
Yeah, Tiamo's gonna start dropping emojis soon.
Oh, Bianca's, oh my gosh, here we go. The emojis. Oh my gosh, jeez.
In all fairness, you did warn them. You did say that in the end you are going to challenge them.
Yes, I said it was coming. M and N, yes, M and N. Because like, just stick with the cross multiplication. All right, Kagiso, you must come show us. When you got the answers, you must come show us how we do this one. What a question. Yes. Come on, guys. There's everything you need is on the right-hand side there. They're your tools. Everything you need is on the right-hand side. No worries. Works. Use what works. If it works, use it. Oh, no, people are running away. Come on, guys. Stay with me. Try it. All the tools are there on the right-hand side. They're all there for you. Try it out. I'll give you a hint. It's a two-step process. Oh, no. It's not make sure. Oh, my gosh. Listen to these guys. Now, it's a two-step process, guys. Everything you need on the right-hand side there, from kiloliters to centimeters cubed. Use what's on the right-hand side there. Go from kiloliters to something and then to something else. I've given you everything you need to know to convert from kiloliters to centimeters cubed. Not that you'll ever do that in your life, but anyway, it's an interesting question. How to go from kiloliters to centimeters cubed? Come on, someone out there is doing it, I know. Someone out there is doing it. Who would like to give it a try? Who would like to tackle this beast?
Everybody's just like saying negative comments. No one is trying. Come on, guys. You're
Come on,
doing so
guys.
well.
Everything. There we go. Someone wants to take on the challenge. All
Kabo,
right.
just look for a pop-up. There we go. Hi,
There we go.
Kabo.
Kabo.
So yeah, I'm trying. I don't
That's
know
fine.
if it's right. Trying.
Let's try.
So I said 0,0015 times. Oh, I put that into meters cubed.
Good.
And then I multiplied that by 100 centimeters cubed.
Sorry, I didn't get that last part. You multiplied it by?
100 cubed.
Yes.
And then
Exactly.
I got 1,500 centimeters cubed.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. Well done. That's fantastic. All right. 1,500 centimeters cubed. Well done. Do you want to try N? Or are you bailing on us? You're going to hand it over to someone else?
bailing, so sorry.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. You can bail. You can bail. Kagiso's stepping up. Well done. Thank you. Thanks for that.
Kagiso, just look for a message. There we go. Hi, Kagiso.
Well, I'm not really. Hi,
Hi, are you?
I'm good. I'm not really sure about mine though,
Try. Let's try.
because I said 0,0015 times 1,000. It gave me 1,5, and I said 1,5 times 1,000. It gave me 1,500.
So you times by 1,000 kiloliters. So you wanted to get liters first. I see your thinking. So you wanted to get liters first. So you times by 1,000, and then you
Said times 1,000 again, and then it gave me 1,500.
All right, let me write this down. Times 1,000, and that gives you
1,5.
1,5 liters.
1,5 liters times 1,000.
Yes, and you used 1,000. Very interesting. Why did you choose 1,000?
In the past few minutes, when you were doing the other one, you divided. Remember when Jay?
Yes. Yes.
The 500 milliliters.
Yes.
In that part, remember when you divided 500 with
Yes.
0,1.
Yes.
0,01, sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I see it now. Well done.
Yes.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Thank
Two
you.
different excellent, guys. Brilliant. Two different methods to get the same answer there. Fantastic. Okay. Now you'll see here in both of these cases, it's 2 jumps. All right. You have to do all right. This first one here, we just said equals. All right. We said 0,015 kiloliters equals 0,015 meters cubed. So that was the first step, right? Then the second step is multiplying by 100 cubed. Over here, there's the first step, and there's the second step. So these are very similar to the ones we've done, but there's 2 steps involved. Okay, and you're just using the information and the conversion that you have in front of you. These questions, we used volume to capacity conversions, and we used conversions within the metric system as well. All right, so it's many different parts of what we've discussed tonight in one question, but you guys nailed it. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Yo, Kia, these guys are on fire. It's fantastic. Well done.
They are absolutely amazing.